My black ass will go to jail before I fight in anybody's war.
My children will never fight for a country that ain't never fought for them.
This is the country that enslaved us and still oppresses us, still doesn't give us good opportunity.
Y'all, we don't got no business in their military. We live in a country that has historically used black bodies but never cared about black lives.
The army really be racist as hell, especially them white boys.
Black people who are cops and in the military, why would you do that? This country don't give a damn about you and you ready to die behind it?
Do not encourage your children or anyone that you know to join the military at this current time during this administration. That would be one of the worst things they could ever do.
For the longest time in America, joining the military was seen as something you are supposed to do. Join the military, serve the country, build your future, all of that. But now I'm seeing more and more clips of many black Americans saying, hold on, why are we even doing this? People are really questioning it now. But based on their own experiences, what they have seen, what they have been through, and some of the things they are saying is uncomfortable. And the crazy part is, not everyone agrees. We've got some people saying, don't join the military. And we've got others saying, stay in and change the system. Just watch these clips. I will come back at the end and give you more insights.
You know, every black person in the army should leave right now. You're fighting a war that has nothing to do with you, bro. Honestly, I think it's maybe time you just give us a shot at running the country. Fill the political side with majority black faces and see where we're at in 30 years. I bet you will be the Mecca again. It's all we need, 30 years. Make every Congress member black, Supreme Court justice. Just let us get our shot at running this shit. You know what I'm saying? If anybody can fix this, it's us. Y'all are too greedy. Y'all are way too greedy as just a mindset. That's just your mind frame.
And I know how this country works. It put us in these harsh conditions with a lack of resources in order to make us choose the lesser of two evils, and some of us choose to go the military route. But we should know that our bodies have been used as cannon fodder in every American war. Some of us are even proud of it. They give you a pew-pew in a uniform and you think you somebody, and then they tell you to go fight in their best interest. And then they put you in someone else's land, fighting someone else's war, doing things to liberate other people that you can't do to liberate your people here at home. As soon as you put on one of their uniforms, whether it's an orange jumpsuit or camouflage and boots, you are U.S. property. That's why you'll see this news clip going around talking about them. They're not mourning their lives. They don't care about our lives. They're mourning the loss of U.S. property. And low-key, I think the black community has shown that they do not support U.S. interests in the Middle East, and now they're trying to use this to win us back. Do not fall for the okie doke. Wake up.
I have been seeing some black people in America putting it out there that we, the black delegation, have nothing to do with what our American government and American military is doing to support Israel as they attack Iran. I fully agree. We, the black delegation, have absolutely nothing to do with what these white people got going on in D.C. and otherwise. We do not agree with it. We don't stand with it. My literal first name, my government name, is the capital of Iran. I'm not joking at all. We don't agree with some of the militaristic styles of governing that the white leadership, Republicans and Democrats, have taken on in this country. We have never agreed with it. We never liked it.
Hey, y'all. So y'all remember some months ago when I said black people, stop sending your kids to the military? And I had some people in my comments getting mad and saying this is an opportunity. They can get houses, they can go to college, they can do all these things. And I said, in this regime, I wouldn't be sending my kids in the military. And this is coming from someone who is a military brat, was married to someone that had been in the military, was in a long-term relationship with someone who had been in the military. I know what I'm talking about. And I said, don't do it. Black folks, stop doing this. Stop acting like this is just a badge of honor for our kids. Now look at where we're at. This man literally sat up here and said, yeah, we're going to have some casualties. You know, that's to be expected. And he was talking about your kids because Barron is sitting his ass doing some tech shit somewhere down to the White House. He ain't talking about Barron. He ain't talking about Junior. He ain't talking about Eric or Ivanka. Or not his grandkids. He talking about your kids. When are y'all going to learn? Put your kids in college, or if they're not college material, have them go get a trade. Electrician, plumber, HVAC, general contractor, tech, computers.
The Army really be racist as hell, especially them white boys. The white senior NCOs, they be racist as hell. I'm gonna tell y'all about my first time getting an Article 15 for some racist shit. So I was a PV2 private. I was walking on a base. I'm not gonna say what base, but I was walking on the base, and you fairly new, so you don't really know to have your patrol cap on while you outside and shit, or they told you, but you forgot, right? So this white man, I see him, but he was like, boy, hey boy. And I'm from Atlanta. Like, don't nobody call us boy. All right. So I didn't know who he was talking to. So I kept on walking, right? I kept on walking across the street. Boy! I keep walking because I don't know who the fuck he talking to. Like, I really don't know who he's talking to, but he can't be talking to me because my rank, like, I'm a private. And first of all, I'm not a boy, but I'm a private. So he can't be talking to me. He gotta be talking to somebody he knows. So I keep on walking, right? This white man ran to me, tapped me up, touched my shoulder, and he's like, boy, didn't you hear me talking to you? I was talking to you. Where your patrol cap at, boy? I was like, excuse me, what the fuck was his rank? He was I think he was staff sergeant. Excuse me, sergeant. My rank say private. You don't address me as boy, and that's my last name. And he was like, boy, I call you anything I want. Where your patrol cap at? I say, my rank is private. Boy, where your patrol cap at? Like I say, I'm from Atlanta, so I gave you fair warning. Like my name is not, but stop calling me that. So I hit his ass. I hit his ass three times. Fuck. I ain't your boy, right? He get his stupid ass up. Your career is over. Right? This is what he's saying to me. But he deserved that shit because you being racist. And then you call me a boy and you know what that is. You know what you're doing. So he take me to the commander's office, right? I don't feel no remorse, right? We get to the commander's office, he spill his shit, he tell his side of the story, and then I get to speak, and I told the commander exactly what fucking happened. I didn't know he was talking to me. Because my name ain't boy and my rank is I'm a private. So he's supposed to address me as private. So I didn't know who he was talking to. And I'm from the South. Like, I don't play that racism shit. Like, so I hit his ass because he was disrespecting me. Why did he give me a Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO, right? I got Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO. Got my rank taken back down to a PV1 private. Got my money taken. Then I got extra duty. And what did this man? He said, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. He took it the wrong way. I didn't mean it like that. That's not even what happened. I didn't mean it like that. No, I didn't. And so nothing happened to this man." But I get an Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO for him being racist. But I get reprimanded. I get disciplined. He don't get shit. I get my rank taken. And they swept it under the rug, right? And of course, the commander was again a white man. So I was like, you know what? I see what this shit is. This ain't nothing but racism in this shit. And then after that, I just got hit with more racist shit. I got hit every almost like every month it was some racist shit going on.
Let me start off by saying do not get fooled by the full benefits. People who are trying to go in just for the benefits, let me tell you what the benefits are. The full benefits include free healthcare. So basically you can go to the doctor for free, which we are already doing. I don't know about y'all, but every time I've stepped foot in the emergency room, I don't know where they sunk the bill, but I never got it. So they're not doing shit with that. You get into free events like the gym, the museum, and the aquarium. So you get to go to like a few things, you get a military discount or you can get in for free. That is it. That's your full benefits. Now go join. That's not enough, is it? So don't get fooled by that full benefits shit. It's nothing. It's the same stuff you can get as if you was out here. The museum is $25 to get in. You being a veteran gets you in for free. Oh wow, you saved $25. Go for you. When you gave them more than a year of your life, because you got to give them at least 4 to get your benefits. So for 4 years, you earn $25. Woohoo! Then we have Veterans Day. I do not like being told thank you for your service. It is so traumatic because if only you knew that war is not even real. All the wars are literally made up. It's people that they get from camps and they agree to meet on the field and do this. That was so back in the day. They haven't done that shit for real in so long. I'm talking about over 1,000 years. It's basically like, oh, we're going to get this camp in Alaska and we're going to call up this camp in Florida and y'all going to agree to meet in Atlanta and y'all going to fight and then we're going to call this World War V. And it's people who are the crash dummies, who are infantry, who have to go front line and agree to play each other. And the only thing is like Squid Games. You're not going to make it out alive every time. Or you may make it out of there with injuries or mental issues. So when people say you join to fight for the country, nobody is joining to fight for the country, y'all. There literally is no fighting to do. Every job that you get assigned is literally moving some objects or literally doing some paperwork. You're not doing nothing that they put out there to the world. Like when you're growing up in school, you're in history and they teach you what you do in the military. That's fake. It's for TV, y'all. You have to keep an open mind that if you watch TV, you're able to know that this is fake because you're watching TV. The only thing about it is with the government, they're not telling y'all it's TV, so you're not guessing that it's fake. But it's fake. My next thing is when it comes down to the money, you never receive your full amount of pay. Now, when it comes down to full benefits, let's just say you get your 100% of benefits and then you're getting out, right? The 100% is not even more than $3,000, y'all. So it sounds good, 100%, it looks good on paper, but it's not. You could be making way more than that in your regular business or a regular job. Construction workers on the side of the street that you be seeing when you driving in the morning make more than people in the military. The military was my first job. I never had a job before the military. And every time I was applying for jobs in high school, like I was never getting them, but my classmates were. When I tell you the people at McDonald's, believe it or not, I don't care what you say, but these girls was making $800 a week. It was just one girl named Anna. She used to hop from literally like job to job to job. Because I used to be like, why are they so quick to hire somebody that's already quit before? And their excuse was because they did not have to retrain. So she was easy to get hired. Once she left McDonald's, she went to Wendy's. When she showed me her Wendy's 2 weeks paycheck, that shit was almost $1,200. Now let's get back to military pay. You actually can Google military pay and that's still not the accurate amount that they're getting when we get in. So I had some college on my history, so my pay was going to be a little more. I was not going to have to go in right at the bottom. My pay was almost $4,000. Like that was my set pay to receive. It was 3,800 something. Like I can't remember the exact amount, but I know it was 38 something. So $3,800, let's just say that. Now, when we get to basic training, so I done talked to my recruiter, I done made it past MEPS. You go through so many steps before you get to basic training that somebody could have broken this pay down to you. So when we get to basic training, right, all of us, like we calculating how much money we're going to have when we go home because Christmas was coming up. I joined in October and they was letting us go home for Christmas. So we like calculating. Nobody has checked their bank accounts because we wasn't allowed to leave to go. But towards the end of basic training, they took us to this PX store and we was going to be able to check our bank account. So everybody already been calculating how much you're going to have because they told us the amount that you're going to be getting when you came in, right? And we know that we get paid every 2 weeks. So we're expecting this amount every 2 weeks. So I'm expecting $3,800 every 2 weeks. I done calculated my shit up, done wrote out my Christmas list, finna go home and ball, so I thought. So here comes the day where we go to the PX store, everybody checking their bank accounts, everybody's pissed. Every single body is pissed. Nobody has the amount of money. And I'm talking about everybody going off. Mind you, I told you, they got people fresh out the hood, people with anger issues, people who don't play about their money, people who only join just for the money. So we in the drill sergeant's face like, where's our money at? When I tell you they was handing out papers telling everybody to fill out these slips, man, you gotta write it down and we gotta turn it in for you to submit a pay inquiry. Like, it was just so much bullshit that you gotta go through to get your money. Not only that, they have civilians that work for you. So it's not even people in the army that work for you. So let's just say you have to go and you tell them you have an issue with your pay. You're gonna have to go and talk to a regular person. So people like y'all, people who are not in the military, and they are thieves. They be putting in your bank account and routing number and putting some of your money. So let's just say, like I said, I had $3,800 that I'm supposed to get. They would put like $2,000 on my bank account and routing number, and then put the other $1,800 on their bank account and routing number. Like, they'll split the payment. Like, they be doing wicked and crooked shit like that behind the scenes, and you wonder why your shit come up short. And then they have you turn in this paper. Sometimes they give you your back pay, but that shit takes forever. It takes forever. If you do get it, it takes forever. It's not like a 1 day, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months process. It takes fucking forever because they already know who the fuck did it. They know why your money gone. Anyway, so now the drill sergeant comes out and tells us, oh, well, they split your pay in half. So basically that amount that they told y'all you're gonna get, that's not what you're getting every 2 weeks. That is split in half. So now everybody's even more pissed because y'all didn't say that. So now we got $3,800 divided by 2. So we're looking at $1,900 every 2 weeks. $1,900 every 2 weeks. That's still not what was in my bank account, y'all. So not only did you cheat me once, but you cheated me again. And you still cheating me. So to go on, as everybody is like, even though you saying that still don't make sense. Because as of right now, it was like barely people who had over $1,000 in their bank account. I'm talking about barely. And some people was coming in as E3. Like, it's E1, E2, E3. And then you have to actually go get promoted to E4. But E1 through E3 is where you can't get ranked at to enter. So now I'm like, okay, well, where my $1,900 at? So then they telling us, well, they take out taxes for this, da, 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 da. So I found out that one of the things that they take taxes out for is for if you were born in a different state and you are training in a different state, which most people were, because a lot of times it was very rare that you did not have to leave your hometown to go to basic training, unless you looked up. But if you were born in another state and you were training in another state, they taxed you for that. So you had to pay them for training you out of state. And I saw that shit on my LES, because the LES, you can get everything printed out and it tells you all the taxes and why. So we eventually got our LES, not right away, but we didn't even get them in basic training. So we didn't find out the full breakdown till afterwards. But the thing is that was one of the things they taxed us for. So our drill sergeants are telling us, like, yeah, they tax you for this. I said, man, y'all got me fucked up. So not only are y'all finessing us and lying about the amount, you chopping this shit in half in fours, because the people motherfucking behind the scenes getting the shit too. So not only is the government cheating you, the people that's working for them cheating you too. So y'all, when I tell y'all I'm so livid, because they had only been paying people like $600 to $800 every 2 weeks.
A young lady made a video saying, do not join the military, and listed off multiple reasons as to why you should not join the military. And there's 3 different types of people that I witnessed watch this video. 1, those that are institutionalized and think that the United States military is absolutely perfect and there's no flaws within the G.I. Joes, the G.I. Janes. 2, the people that know that some of what she said was true, but some of it was like, nah. And then 3, you got veterans. I'm gonna speak to all 3. I'll speak to the veterans first. For those of you, more specifically the veterans on social media, for those of you that are still gallivanting around and or cosplaying in your uniform, you're fucking pathetic. Now, I will never say anything about your service, but you're pathetic. Why the fuck are you putting your uniform on to make a video and you're a fucking veteran? Now, if you're at like a ceremony, a retirement, you know what I'm saying, a wedding, and someone requested, cool. But you're literally cosplaying for TikToks and for Instagram Reels, and you're weird, period. However, your experiences, you need to understand things have changed over the course of the years from when you were in way back in the day, again, all respect to your service, to where it is now. Number two, the G.I. Joes and the G.I. Janes, the ones that think the military is absolutely flawless and there's no discrepancies or inadequacies within. You're full of shit, and you know you are. You've just been institutionalized for so long because the military has done such great things for you that you choose to block out the inadequacies and or deficiencies within the military. Now, number three, I fall in number three. I want to be clear at this point in my video that my views are not reflective of the United States Navy nor the Department of Defense or war or whatever we're calling it these days, right? I understand that some of the things that she said is absolutely true. It is a literal known fact that the military has an issue with sexual assault. Are there programs and things in place to curb that, i.e. bring those people to the proper authorities and or the proper investigations to happen? Yes, there are. And they have changed over the course of history. However, no system is perfect. Is there a racism problem within the military? Come on. What are we talking about? That's a known fact. A known fact. But some of you want to deny it because to you, the military has done great things for you. Now, let's be also clear in my sentiment. The military can very well be a cheat code for life. I'm talking about healthcare. I'm talking about a consistent paycheck. I'm talking about housing. I'm talking about dental. I'm talking about college for your kids, college for you. You feel me? Because my thought process has always been, if the military gonna work the hell out of me, I'm gonna work the hell out the military. Some of you're so caught up in your mind that, oh, the military's this, the military's that you can't acknowledge that there are inadequacies within. Now, let's also be very clear. Me personally, I believe that everyone has a right to choose.
I'm going to say it and you're not going to agree with me, but that's okay because there's a lot of stuff you're not going to agree with. I think the United States of America should have a mandatory military service obligation for all of its citizens. We're one of the few countries that has a global military presence that doesn't have some type of military conscription. And I gotta be honest, I think we're doing our countrymen a disservice because in other countries where they have this service obligation, everyone, irrespective of who you are or who your parents are, has a duty to serve their country. Now, does that mean that somebody's rich and powerful kid is going to be in the trenches scrubbing toilets? No, they're probably going to be doing admin, working in an office. But it gives everybody a sense of ownership because you are participating in the system that ultimately helps protect you. The way we fill our military is by putting our recruiting stations in the lower income areas where we know that the people are probably looking for economic advantages to get themselves out of the same situation that their families have been in generations. Now, that's not to say that's everybody. Some people do it for a sense of duty and purpose. But I think if we gave everyone a service obligation, we would probably have a lot less conflict. Just my thoughts.
If you're in your 30s, unmarried with kids, and you are thinking about joining the military, here are 3 reasons I thought about that you may want to think about too, to make up your mind, yes or no, if you really want to join. And these are more on the negative side of joining the military. So if you're on the fence, I hope this helps someone to, make the right decision. So number 1, make sure that you have somebody to watch your kids and not just anyone. Not because you want to go into the military, not because you feel like, oh, the benefits are good. There is not one military benefit on the face of this earth that is worth risking my kids' health and safety. Not one. Now, I always speak about it. I am blessed with a team that literally helps me so much when it comes to my children. I trust my team with my life. They are not going to hurt my kids. I know that for a fact. These are people who help to raise me and people who love me. So I know that my kids, it's the same. So do not leave your kids to go to the military if you do not have solid people to take care of your kids. make sure you think about that first. If you don't have anyone to take care of your kids, a lot of people always ask me, what you think, should I go? I always tell them, no, don't go. I always tell them, listen, sometimes one thing is not for you. God may have bigger plans for you. Don't, because it looks good, the benefit looks good, you ignore God's calling on your life and be like, oh, I'm going to be disobedient. I'm going to leave my kids with just anybody or somebody who I'm kind of skeptic about, but they're willing to watch my kids. Don't do it. The next thing is, if you don't like change, don't join the military. Because joining from the civilian to military in your 30s is not for the weak, I can tell you that. You start at a lower rank. People your age are way above in rank. So if you gotta, the mental part of it, you gotta have that part. And in the sense of changes, you have to remember that the military moves you probably every 2 to 3 years. So if you like that where you live, you don't want to move, you're gonna be miserable. If you live in a warmer state and you're worried that you may be stationed in a colder state where seasonal depression may hit and all of that, you may be stationed in a completely different country, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And then the third thing is that if you are a person who values birthdays, like I value birthdays, I value holidays and all of that, but I have my ways of making up if I should miss a birthday or I should miss some event. It doesn't bug me that much because I know that, I could work around that. I know how to work around that. But if you're a person who really, I know some people go crazy for birthdays, Christmas, and major holidays. If you're a person who you go crazy for these holidays, like you take it personal when somebody misses your birthday, or so you in return, you're going to take it personal when you miss like your kid's birthday or any, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's going to weigh on your mind further down in life. You're going to think back, and if something negative happens to you, you're going to say, oh shoot, it wasn't worth missing. If you know you're not ready for that, don't do it. So there you go. Those are my 3 things that I would consider, especially the first one. Don't play about the first one, because I don't play about my kids. If I had nobody to watch my kids, best believe I would not be in this uniform, because no job on the face of this earth is worth leaving my kids with somebody that I don't trust. So take this with a grain of salt. Always do your own research, and I will see you in the next video.
Alright, after watching all of this, I'm not even gonna lie. This is one of those conversations that many people are trying to avoid, but clearly something that has been building up for a long time. Because when you really sit down and listen to what everybody is saying, it is not just a random anger. It is frustration mixed with history, mixed with personal experience, mixed with people just trying to make sense of their own reality. And I think the biggest thing that stands out is this question right here. What exactly are Black Americans fighting for when they join the military? And I'm not saying this to disrespect anybody who serves, because let's be real. There are a lot of Black women and Black men who join the military with good intention to build a better life, to take care of their families, to create opportunities that maybe they didn't have growing up. But at the same time, you can't ignore the pattern that people are pointing out. A lot of the clips were basically saying the same thing in different ways. That the system has always found ways to position Black Americans in laws where they sacrifice the most but benefiting the least. And that is not just military conversation, that is history conversation. From the moment Black Americans arrived in America, whether we are talking about slavery, segregation, or even modern day system, there has always been the feeling that the contribution is high, but the benefit, the return is low. So now when we are seeing these young Black Americans saying, why would I fight for the country that it hasn't fought for me? That is not just emotion. Those are people learning the history and connecting dots. And when you add personal testimonies that we just heard from those clips, talking about pay issues, racism, broken promises, missing out on family moments, it starts to shift the way many Black Americans see the military. Because on paper, it looks like opportunity. But in reality, for a lot of people, it feels like sacrifice without guarantee. And I think that is where the divide comes in. Because we also heard people in those clips saying, don't leave the military. We need more black people in those positions. We need people at the top who understand us. And that is a valid point too. Because if everybody leaves, who is left to change anything from inside? But at the same time, people are starting to question whether that change from within idea has actually worked. For how long have black Americans been participating in this system, hoping that things will improve? And how much has really changed at the core? And I think what we are seeing right now is the shift in mindset, the mindset of these young black Americans. Before, joining the military in the black American community was seen as one of the paths to stability, benefit, education, healthcare, and sometimes respect. And now many black Americans are looking at it like, is that really the only option? Or we have just conditioned to see it that way? Probably there are many other better options. And you have also seen how many of these black Americans are starting to prioritize their family more. You've heard that woman talking about her kids and that hit different. Many of these young black Americans are realizing that there is no benefit package that is worth missing your kids growing up or putting your life at risk or coming back with trauma that nobody will help you to deal with. And that is real because it happened to many young black Americans. And then when you mix this with the story of discrimination and feeling undervalued inside the military, it makes the decision even harder. I don't think this is about people not wanting to serve anymore. I think it is deeper than that. I think it is about black Americans de-evaluating their relationship with the system that they have contributed to so much, but still feel disconnected from it. And again, this does not mean that everybody should see the same way. Some people are still going to the military as a stepping stone, and for them, it might actually work out. But what is changing is that many young black Americans are no longer blindly accepting it as the only or the best available path. Now, these black Americans are asking questions. They are a compelling option. And that right there is where real change usually begins. That's good for the black American community. That is it for today. I want you to share with me your opinions down there in the comment section. And if you have enjoyed watching this episode, please make sure that you click on the like button and subscribe for more interesting episodes like this. Mr. TA signing off. Ciao.